Hello, welcome back in Night City. I know you guys were waiting for this stream to happen, so welcome once again. I'm Amelia Korzycka, I'm a Senior Community Manager here at CD Projekt Red, and yes, we will talk about 2.3 today. My guests are, as always, my lovely Alicja Kozera.
Hi guys, thank you for having me, as always. It's a pleasure to be here.
And we also have super cool guest Paweł Sasko is joining us again.
The one and only.
Hello, my dears. Great to see you again. I haven't been here for some time, so I'm super excited. We're gonna talk about some new things we cooked for you.
And we have a new face joining us today, so please welcome from Virtuous Game, Adrian.
Hey guys. Thank you for having me here. I'm super thrilled to be here with you.
Cool.
Yeah. So you guys already saw our mini trailer of the update 2.3. It teased some of the changes, some of the additions that we're giving. I already jumped the gun and announced the date before, but it needed some more time to cook. So it is coming tomorrow to PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox.
Yeah, and Switch 2 will also join the family with 2.3 update, but we need a few more hours, few more times, few more days, we'll see. But it's coming, so stay tuned. On our social media, we'll let you know what's happening.
And it's also coming to one new platform that we've never been at before, Mac.
So yeah, it's the family's growing, obviously.
Yes.
But, you know, obviously we have the Virtuous team with us today. So if you could maybe remind our viewers, our players, what you guys do?
Sure. So Virtuous is a game development company, and our main thing is we are helping and supporting other studios to create their game, and we help them with that. And we already did some partnership with Ubisoft, EA Games, Arcane, and many more other studios, and we are super happy to work with you right now on Cyberpunk, and yeah. That's it.
And it's a pleasure really to work with Virtuous. We've been collaborating for some time. This is like a great team, like really talented crew. They work together on us on 2.2, with us on 2.2, and now on 2.3.
Yeah, and shout out to the team, which is probably looking right now live with us.
Yes, guys. This stream, we are live with you, so if you have any questions, drop them in the chat, and we will try to answer.
Also drop patch notes right after the stream, so you can read it after we're done in here.
Okay, so let's start off. We won't keep you here too long. Paweł, let's start with like the main thought between this update. What's the idea?
Yes, so the thing is that with Cyberpunk 2077, we believe that the game is already in a pretty good place, and what we wanted to do is really like give you things that would make you actually feel that it brings enough novelty to the game, it brings some fresh air, and it makes you want to replay the game. In the same time, we want to address some of the requests that you guys had, so throughout this meeting today, we'll be outlining some of those. And a lot of them will be focused around vehicles and traversing the world. I'm not going to tell you more because I don't want to spoil it. We have a lot more details to tell you. We believe that this update will actually make the game feel to play even better. And there's a couple features that I'm really particularly excited about and cannot wait to tell you more.
Nice. So let's start with something that everyone already knows, Crystal Code and Twin Tone. So maybe let's remind everyone how those work, and then we can talk a little bit more about those.
So the Twin Tone tech was introduced in 2.2 as a partnership from Rayfield with other brands, luxurious, sporty brands of cars. And basically with 2.3, we expanded this. So right now, you can customize even more vehicles. You can customize more sport car, more partner brands, but you've got also a hacked version of this feature, which is available for lower-end vehicles, like the Mamai, the Galena, of course. So right now, you can customize more than 23, even more cars than before, which means you can customize almost all the cars of the game, basically, with a few exceptions.
Amazing. I've been waiting for a pink Mai for almost 5 years.
That's actually true. Like I remember couple times getting messages about like, hey, can we do something to customize the My. So now
I mean, our next step is weaponized My, right? Hopefully.
So when it comes to the lore part, because I like touching that just to make sure that like every component in our game is actually part of the world building. That's really important for us because we believe that every really part of the game is telling a story. So in here, as Adrian introduced to you, like we believe that at this point, it doesn't make sense for the lower end cars to just have partnership with Rayfield. So that's why we introduced a hacked version of the Crystal Code. And you'll see it maybe in some of the footage that we are rolling out when we'll be watching on the preview. And of course, hopefully you'll download the update and play with it. And you will see, that we found ways how we can enable that feature for many more vehicles while in the same time staying lore accurate. And that's really, really important for us. And I think from a perspective of our intention, actually right now, every vehicle in the game that doesn't contain it, doesn't support it, is already not supposed to. So for instance, like the Nomad vehicles are a great example, right? So those vehicles are like highly tuned by Nomads, therefore they're not supposed to be really having all this like high-tech, like smart paint jobs and so on, because it doesn't really fit, right? So what we try to do, we try to make sure that the whole like palette of cars, whole buffet of cars that we deliver to you as a player, they all have differences, right? Some of them are weaponized, some have some have rockets, some have Gatling guns, some have crystal coat, some have twin tone, some have none, all kinds of versions, and hopefully you can find something for you.
Okay, so to sum up, we have like 32 vehicles that can use twin tone and crystal code, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, and we will show you guys a little bit of gameplay, how it actually works for my, Alice's favorite car.
Yes, finally.
Sure.
But what is amazing, you can see that it's actually a cracked technology via the UI.
Correct. Yes, it's actually like we try to like pay as much attention as we can to those small details. I know that our players love that stuff, so we really made sure that it feels a little cracked, a little glitchy, at how the UI acts and so on. So you will see it.
Yeah, as always, I really appreciate those lore bits that you put into those features, that you actually think about it, how it would work in the world of Cyberpunk. So new cars is one thing, but also we've been adding some more paint jobs. And I know that you don't remember the exact numbers. I have the cheat sheet here, yeah? So we have 205 generic paint jobs and 168 unique paint jobs added to the traffic.
Yeah, I mean, Virtuous team has been really busy making sure that you can really make your vehicles customized and really feel, that you can do pretty much whatever you feel like it. And there's more to it even, which we will speak about in a moment.
Yeah, the goal was to really let you guys scan whatever vehicle you find cool into the traffic and steal it in some way to steal the paint job, apply on your own vehicle and roll with it.
Which one is your favorite? Like paint job or?
I love this Xion actually, like the one that we are seeing right now, I believe. Yeah, exactly. Like those are amazing looking. To be honest, I really like driving those vehicles that are a bit odd. So the Demiurge, for instance. Like I think our FF06 fans will know what I mean. So things like this. And of course, I think we should point this out. Actually, the motorcycles.
Yeah, no, motorcycles also are part of the batch. You can customize them just as you can do with cars, so that's pretty new.
Exactly, and all the motorcycles also got the updated UI. Now it's actually corresponding properly with the shape of a vehicle and so on. That makes this feature really feel complete for us.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
that's
so
actually really
full set of cars, full set of colors. I'm actually jealous of V. I would love to have this feature in real world.
Yeah.
Like different car every day, but unfortunately.
Maybe in 2077.
Maybe.
Okay, so we pretty much can make any vehicle to look like any vehicle, but we also have new vehicles that we're adding in this patch. Can you maybe tell us a bit more about those new cars?
Yeah, we've got 3 new cars and 1 new motorcycle, one of them being the Yaiba Sumimaru, which you might be be aware of, and you might know, which is coming from the comic book Kickdown.
Exactly. I wanted to point this out. Like you see it here on the screen. So this is a Kickdown comic book. Actually, like we do badass comic books, by the way. If you didn't read them, really try it. I love them. But this is the Kickdown, as Adrian said, and we actually included a little of a hint for you guys if you maybe paid attention. So we go to the last page of that comic book. There is actually a Yaiba Semimaru picture that we included here already some time ago. Just to, to give you a little of a foreshadowing and see how much you're paying attention to what we are doing in various media. I know that some of you are. I didn't see this on Reddit though, so I'm a little disappointed, I have to say, Reddit bunch. Guys, you need to really pay more attention because we are doing a lot of stuff that you are missing.
So, it's not enough to just follow the game. You have to follow everything, comic books,
Yeah,
TV shows, toys, anything.
Yeah, and if you actually want to read that comic book, you'll have the link in the description on YouTube, so you can go and check it out. And there is a comment on Twitch, !Dark Horse, so you can see it for yourself. But coming back to the cars.
Sure. As you may have seen seconds before, you also have a big-ass truck called the Chevillon Legatus Aquila, which is an armored truck, so first of its kind. And you right now have the new motorcycles, which is the Yaiba Muramasa, which is the first customizable motorcycles also.
Yep.
And the fourth vehicle is the Caliburn Mordred, Rayfield Caliburn Mordred.
Correct.
So
Yes.
it's also the first vehicle, the first sports car to be armored. So it's quite wild to play.
Correct. So like with each vehicle in this update, we have tried to do something a little different and a little new. So as we said, Yaiba Semimaru is the first car from Yaiba, and you can see their design in the way how the car is actually crafted. We are really proud of that design. Our vehicle art team did an amazing job, and our concept artists working on this one. So that's one, but all of the vehicles actually that Adrian talked about, they introduce something new. And Aquila, for instance, that big ass truck is the one that is covered like with graffitis and so on, because we were looking for this, I would say, punk sort of vibe and energy, in that truck. In the same time, it's also weaponized, right? It's the first weaponized truck that we added. It feels pretty badass to just like go through, enemies, police with this gigantic truck. So I hope you'll try it out.
And the Caliburn is Yorinobu's car, right?
Yes, and there's a little of a story connected with that, and maybe now we can mention the quests.
Yes, because it's not you cannot just buy them. You have to
actually
make some effort.
Yes, do something.
These new vehicles are introduced through new quests, with the small exception, which is for the truck, which is directly available through the Autofixer, Murama's platform, to selling bikes and motorcycles and cars. The others have small quests that you have to play with to unlock these new vehicles. So for the Semimaru, you'll have to finish the side quests of River and Claire's side quests. For the Muramasa, you'll have to buy at least one Yaiba product into the Autofixer, and have at least 3 vehicles into both through the Autofixer too.
And all those triggering conditions, you don't have to take notes right now, even though that would be fun. But you can check them in patch notes.
Yes,
so
yes.
Whatever what Adrian said right now, you have it written down there. You can take a look, so don't worry. We also made sure that it's pretty intuitive to trigger them, hopefully, so you shouldn't have too much issues to actually get to the quest that will lead you to unlocking those new vehicles and have fun with them.
So, a question from the chat. Tomahawk is asking, do these new vehicle quests count towards 100% completion?
No, they don't. Actually, all the new sort of content that we've been adding post-release, because as I understand, by 100% you're referring to achievements. That's at least that's how I understand your question. So if you mean that, no, we are not changing the achievements post-release. That can be incredibly confusing for the players and for all the guides that are out there online. We don't want to get you guys be confused and feel that you missed something and you cannot trigger the achievement. That's the intentional thing on our side, that it is an additional content, after all, added post-release, so it doesn't count to the achievement. That being said, if you want to be a real player, you have to play it. I mean, otherwise you cannot say you did 100%.
Okay, will actually the new cars also, because they are unique, right? In a way you can get them, in a way they look like, again, the first car by Yaiba. Will they support twin tone and crystal code, or are they excluded?
The Sumimaru, the Muramasa, and the Modred are supporting customization. Only the truck does not support it.
Exactly, and that's by design, that's connected to its lore. And if you go into the game and read a little of the note that we left on the AutoFixer page of the history of the vehicle, you understand why. Again, as I mentioned, we always try to make sure that each vehicle has a history, there is a reason why it is in the game, and it provides you with a different variety of how you play and so on.
Awesome.
So, next new thing that we are adding into this update is something called Autodrive. What is it, guys?
Hey, the Autodrive is a new functionality you've got on all your vehicles, motorcycles and cars included. And that lets you basically drive around without touching the wheel. You can choose any point on the map you want. It also drives you automatically to your destination of quest or with a secondary point. And yeah, it goes into the traffic and it follows its way. It takes you where you ask it to go.
Exactly, and you just saw it on this footage a moment ago. V goes in that pose that in Polish we call zimny łokieć, which means cold elbow for non-Polish speakers in the chat. So V just goes into relaxed pose. Sometimes even Johnny spawns to accompany you. You can drive around like this, of course, with the motorcycles. You keep your hands on a wheel because it would be too dangerous to drive. I would say
no hands.
Safety first.
Exactly, and I really love driving like this. It's just much more relaxing way, but there's more to it, so we'll speak about it more. You can see, of course, on the left side you have the UI that is basically showing this new feature. So think about it like in our world, you would get like your CarPlay or AutoPlay or whatever car you're driving would get an update. You would download a software update, and that software update makes some of the software changes in your car. That's what happened in 2077. New feature was just shipped to all the vehicles. They all downloaded it, tried to use it. Important thing, I think, Adrian, what we should point out here is the fact that you need to be on a road, right?
Yeah, you have to. If you try to activate it in a barren wasteland, it won't work. You have got to be on a road at least. And the Autodrive support 2 modes. So the first standard one, which takes you to the point you set into the map. And the second one, which is a wandering mode, which means that the vehicle will drive endlessly, just for your own pleasure of cruising.
So you just explore.
You can cruise through Night City and take a look.
You just drive, you listen to your favorite radio station.
Yes.
And just chill.
We actually saw also something super cool on the footage that was just shown. It was the cinematic camera. So you can basically record a music video with the cinematic camera, right?
Yeah, it's an option you can activate while you are driving, and it cycles through different camera angles, so you can see your car, the city, and in a cinematic way that was never made there before.
Yeah, and that was actually inspired by a lot of videos that you guys made of Cyberpunk 2077 on YouTube, like videos like 4 hours driving in a city, and things like this. So we thought about like people love being in that world and really being immersed in it. So we were, talking with Adrian and thinking like, okay, how we can actually give it to the players in a very diegetic way, very real way, immersive way. And this is from where the idea of a cinematic camera came from. And what I love doing is put on let's say jazz music, put on the free roaming mode, as Adrian mentioned. And that happens, by the way, if you have no quest point located on your map. If nothing is located and you just press a button to go into Autodrive, it will automatically assume that we want to free roam, right? Otherwise, it will just go to whatever point you're pointing it at. And I just love this moment when I can drive through the city. There's cool weather, cinematic camera showing me various, camera shots and so on. Weather is changing, jazz is playing, and I can play that. And now, guys, instead of watching YouTube with all those recordings, you can just put the game, on a second screen and have it run infinitely, drive around the city forever if you want to.
And even, everyone now can freely record their Vs.
Yes.
traveling around. So, influencer job is up there for grabs, Everyone can do that
Exactly.
now.
Exactly.
I actually have an important question because we talked about the cinematic camera that, we can make videos, really cool videos now. What about photo mode in that mode? So can I use photo mode during free roam and take a cool picture?
Of course, it works perfectly. You can take your own pic of V driving into the vehicle and with his elbow on the door, and it works. Yeah.
That's very Polish. Okay, but okay. So if V doesn't feel like driving their own car or their own motorcycle, there's always Delamain, right?
Yeah. If Autodrive, even for you, it's too much work. You've got the Delamain. So unlocked after you finish the Delamain side quest. You'll receive a text message from Delamain providing you with this new service. And you can call him anytime to make a cab appear. You open and you select your destination and you're being driven there for a small fee, and that's it.
I really appreciate that we will get more of Delamain in the game.
Exactly. So in patch 2.1, we have introduced the subway. In patch 2.3, we have introduced the taxi. So as you can see, all the updates that we are doing, we were doing right now, are focused on things that make the world feel more alive, more immersive, more real, really. And we felt that actually, like, this missing component to really fulfill the Delamain fantasy is really the fact that he can just drive you around. Adrian also implemented the fact that you have Johnny sometimes show up next to you so you can, like, chill together like buddies and drive around with the Delamain. So this feature is, of course, fully supporting everything else that we talked about before here. So you can listen to the music in Delamain, as we spoke about.
Yep.
You can also use the cinematic camera as well during that. So we, as you can see, like when we are introducing new things, we make sure that they all really work well in that ecosystem of the features, and they all like feel as intuitive as possible for you as a player. So whatever you would imagine be there, it actually works in a believable fashion. And again, Delamain also needs a road. Right, the same as Autodrive, right? So have that in mind, just to be on, because we need you to be on navigation data. Speaking like a game developer, we need you to be on navigation data so we can send that car for you.
Awesome. Is there any time that Delamain or Autodrive will not be available to use apart from, not being on the road?
No, it's pretty much Autodrive is available from the get-go at any point, and Delamain, just you've got to finish the side quest, and that's it.
Exactly, and that is also in patch notes in case anyone forgets. How to unlock it. It's there.
Yeah, we have all the details for you. They will be available after the stream. It seems on one hand like the future, like 2077, but on the other hand, we already are starting to develop this technology, so it's amazing to see what could be.
Okay, so we talked about new cars, we talked about Autodrive and taxis. So we have the vehicle part behind us, and now let's go back to my favorite feature, the photo mode, because we're adding so much cool shit in the photo mode, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, we implemented a lot of new stuff and expanded also existing features. So for example, you've got right now a new tab called time to implement change of time and weather. You can change the time of the day, and you can change the weather around the scene during the photo mode to take even better picture and control a bit better the environment. You also have a feature to frame skip to get that perfect action shot during your scene. And of course, we implemented new NPCs. A lot more new NPCs, 27, I think.
Yeah, I believe.
And among them, like you can see, the Castle Twins. We've got Brendan, we've got Dexter.
Yeah, I love Brendan, guys. By the way, I cannot wait. You make some photo mode pictures with Brendan in there. I thought that it was missing. Also, like some of other player favorites, like Rita Wheeler, and of course Aurora and so on. So we'll see what you guys come up with.
And that's not all. For almost all of these NPCs, you've got alternate outfits.
Correct.
New outfits for Johnny, for Judy, for all the main characters mostly, and
Yes, so if you saw like a character in the quest during our game, having like a cool fit and you would like to have a picture here, now you have access to it. In most cases, because there might be a minor exceptions, but in most cases we have access to all the appearances that we have used.
Yeah, I think what's the coolest thing that we're doing with the photo mode is like we listen to the feedback of our virtual photography community. We try to implement what they are asking for. So this is really cool. I think now the photo mode is complete. I'm pretty sure it's not. We can still probably, you know, squeeze.
We can find something to add.
Yeah.
So if there's still anything that you would like to see in photo mode, let us know. So, you know, maybe we can convince this too to actually maybe make another patch for photo mode.
It's the most feature-heavy photo mode ever made in video games. There's also like a couple other things that we didn't mention, like we made like numerous stickers, numerous frames. Actually, they have like different vibes. You can have your life puffs there included, like cutouts of favorite characters. You can make like things feeling like and looking like a postcard from Night City. It will feel like it. So with our artists from Virtuos, we have tried to like tune in and find like different sensibilities that you may have and different vibes of things that you want to create. You know, there's a little things that feel like comic books. Like one of the coolest things that I like, we added some of those, I would say, famous quotes from 2077 that you can add them now, so like you look like a cut of fuckable meat and things like this, definitely there. So you know, it was definitely important. So there's bunch of those there. So if you're like creating pictures like this, you can add them and create interesting context, you know. And there's of course all of those emotional quotes as well. You will find it all.
I'm curious what our community is going to come up with. But that's not all, right? We saw at the footage that we had the improved light system. We did some changes to that, right?
Yeah, we improved a lot the ergonomic to control the different lights you can use that we implemented into 2.2. So it's much easier to brighten up your scenes. So yeah, we improved that. And also, we right now have new natural poses for V, for all the new NPCs. And the new IK system tied to the look at option.
Oh yeah.
That is actually really powerful, by the way. Yeah, I really love that. I really love that.
You can create a lot of stuff with that, and that's insane.
Yeah, so the way it works is like you pick a pose and then you can basically choose a look at, and look at is like, let's say, like directionally where do you want to position your character, but in the same time it keeps the pose that you've chosen, therefore it creates a lot more variety that you can create with those tools. So we just want to make sure that you can create shots.
I guess that makes it look more natural.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then also I saw a cool tab with all the color thingies where you could change color balance and create basically your own filters, right?
Yeah, with color balance, I think we've got 3 new hue bars, so you can control in much more depth than before the tonalities, the colors of your scenes, the saturation. So for all of the aficionado of photography, it's going to be very useful to do it right into the tool and not in Photoshop afterward.
Exactly.
Awesome. Wow. What will we do with this photo mode?
I mean, you know, we like to do contests now and again, and we might have something planned for you. So, you know, again, keep your eyes open. There will be cool swag to get, and yeah, we cannot wait to see what you guys come up with.
Yeah. So now we have some more of the technical stuff that Technologia, yes. So there was one thing that a lot of people were commenting about and were requesting. FSR 3.1 frame generation is coming in this update.
Yes, exactly. And there's we actually collaborated with our partners from AMD. That was like quite important for me to set it up, and they were like a wonderful partner. We worked together on FSR 3.1 frame generation and on actually FSR 4. My dears. So Cyberpunk 2077 from this point on will support FSR 4. However, there's an important note here to say that this will come in a later date together with the AMD's driver update, right? So please be aware of this. And of course, FSR 4 works for Radeon 9000 generation cards. Have that please in mind. Like you have to have a proper hardware to use it. but it will be there.
Yeah, so FSR 3.1 tomorrow together with the patch, and 4 once the AMD drivers come out. But that's not everything. We have Intel XS 2.0 and frame generation as well. I think we've done some stuff with frame generation in options in general, or some new settings.
So yes, so this is just yet another one. So we want to support as many new technologies as we can, just to really treat Cyberpunk as a showcase for all kinds of technologies that are there and that you're looking forward to. So we actually collaborated with Intel to implement XS 2.0 and XS 2.0 frame generation, and it's coming in update 2.3 to Cyberpunk. And yeah, I hope you're going to experiment with it, see what are the results, you know, what looks better for you, because like again, it's at this point Cyberpunk supports so many different options that I hope you are going to have a lot of fun choosing and checking what works well with what, you know, what gives you a better picture quality and what fits best your needs as a player.
Yep.
But it's still not everything. I still have HDR10 Plus Gaming on my list.
Exactly. So that's that's yet another thing. HDR 10 Plus Gaming. This is something that was semi-supported before, and now we have done it properly, so you can, when you have a proper monitor, and of course, you know, like I encourage you to really check how to properly set it up. You have to enable it, you have to have a proper display to be able to see it, but yes, it actually also works in Cyberpunk now.
Cool. So those were the things for PC players, but we don't forget the console players, of course. We have VRR on consoles as well.
Correct, yes. So right now, Cyberpunk will support properly the VRR. Before, we had a version on Xbox of that, but we revisited the topic, made sure that it's done properly on consoles.
Awesome, thank you so much. If you understand any of that, good for you. You can just play with the options on your PC and find the best options for you. Those are really cool things to enhance your gaming experience. And one more thing that we need to talk about that we actually announced yesterday, announced the date yesterday, is that Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition is coming to Macs.
Yes.
So it's, I like to call it cherry on top for this stream. Yes. We actually have some gameplay prepared for you to showcase how it works, how it looks on Macs. And yet, don't forget, the game will be available through Mac App Store, GOG, Steam, and Epic Games shop. If you already have the game on any of these platforms, you don't have to buy it again. You can just get it for free and download it on your Mac, so don't worry. And yeah, the game supports features like ray tracing, frame generation, HDR tuned for Apple XDR displays. And there's many more.
Yes, I mean, there's a couple more things, of course. So as if you are like a user of the Mac, what you expect? You expect probably a support for Magic Mouse. That's of course done. We also support full cross progression. So if you've been playing on any console or any PC or really anything on Switch, then you can use that save and actually continue on Mac now, which is great. I actually played this game across a couple different platforms now. So it's really fun. It also supports spatial audio. So if you have like your earpods, it will properly detect your ears, which is also really cool. And we collaborated with Apple together on this version of the game to just make sure that it actually squeezes out the best performance we can give you and the best visuals.
Yeah. So guys, we know a lot of you have been asking about the Mac version. It's gonna be here finally tomorrow. Keep in mind, it's for Apple Silicon Macs, so the one with the Apple chipset, and it's 60 gigabytes plus. So yeah, at least 16 gigabytes.
Correct.
All the detailed system requirements are also posted on our socials on the support page, so make sure to check it out. Just to make sure that your Mac can run Cyberpunk 2077.
All right. So I think we went through all of the biggest changes, the biggest additions. Maybe let's sum up it very quickly. So we have enhanced Crystal Code and Twin Tone. It's almost all of the cars right now, the ones that make sense, of course. We have 4 new cars and some additional quests to get them. On top of that, we have Autodrive.
Yes. I think that's going to be my favorite way to travel. We have Autodrive, we have taxi system for you.
With the cinematic camera?
With the cinematic camera, with the photo mode option. So you can make videos, shots, whenever you're driving and you feel like, you know, it's a good time to take a selfie. Don't do it in your real car, though. It's not safe. We have a lot of technical features coming as well. Like, you know, you heard FSR 3.1, FSR 4 later this year. So, you know, there's quite a lot of things happening. And of course, photo mode. And of course, photo mode contest.
Yes.
Do we have any questions?
Yes, I was just wondering if people had some questions, and yeah, we have Sun Servant, for example, asking how does Autodrive behave in traffic? Like, are we endlessly waiting at red light? Does it follow like traffic rules?
It follows traffic rules. It stops at red lights, like a good citizen.
In Night City, good citizen.
Exactly.
Unlike all the Vs that are driving around.
Yes. That being said, like we put like some work in to make sure there's not a frustrating experience, right? So because like as I understand the subtext in your question is it gonna be fucking frustrating to wait? Well, hopefully it won't. You know, we paid attention to this and made sure that it actually goes smoothly, but it follows the traffic lights because otherwise you would be constantly crashing your car into other cars if it wouldn't. So that's kind of what happens when you drive not paying attention, you know. So it naturally has to follow the traffic lights. That being said, we try to make it that it's not annoying, that it feels fluid, that it feels smooth. But at the times when you'll see it stop and so on, in most cases, it is actually because of the lights.
Okay, so on top of that, another question about Autodrive. Digirov is asking, when you set up automatic driving, aren't you at risk of being attacked?
Yeah, definitely you can. And if you are in combat, the Autodrive feature disengage, so you can undo this before continuing to cruising. So yeah, it just stops the Autodrive if you're being attacked.
Okay, so you can take charge of your car.
Correct. And with Adrian, we did a little magic behind the scenes to make sure that if you're in a free roaming mode and you're listening to your jazz or whatever, and you're like enjoying the rain in Night City, that they won't bust your ass nonstop. Okay, so it's let's say the combat can happen because like again, it's a hostile environment, dystopian world, and so on. But we know like that you guys sometimes just want to have good time in Night City driving, so we didn't want to make it annoying. So we have fine-tuned it a little. Again, if you drive into the combat, well, no wonder it will start combat, like it will disengage, you'll have to fight. But outside of that, most of the time, you'll actually be safe just driving around so that you can really enjoy it. Because that's what that feature really is for, to stay in that world, to soak it in.
So you can just chill in Night City.
Chill in Night City, yes.
That's amazing. I think this is it. Like, if you have any more questions about the patch, you can always check out the patch notes that will be published on our website right after this stream. And also just check out the patch tomorrow.
Yeah, the patch is actually dropping tomorrow. So also stay tuned for the official announcement that, hey, it's already live. We'll let you know. And yeah, so remember, the patch comes live tomorrow on PCs, Xbox Series S and X, PlayStation 5, Mac as well, and Switch 2 will follow
soon after.
Yeah,
that's right. So, is there anything that you would like to say to our community at the end of this stream?
Well, I'm super happy to be here with you. It's a privilege, and yeah, I hope you will enjoy this content, all this content for this patch, and yeah, go rogue.
Thank you so much. Pavel, how about you?
My chums, I mean, I love how excited you were about 2.3, like this all speculation and so on. It was great. I watched every video you guys made. I love your imagination. It's awesome. You know, it's honestly an insane pleasure. It's and a privilege, as Adrian said, to have a community that fucking gives a shit. You know, it's really, really, really valuable for us because we do it for you, right? That is what we do it for. Like me and Adrian, we can cook a patch. If no one will care, then, you know, it's just disheartening. So it's super awesome that I see your excitement. You know, maybe when you don't get everything right, you know, with your predictions, that's okay. You know, you'll learn. You'll get into it. You'll get better. You know, a lot of you is actually quite on point. Anyway, enjoy it, my dears. Much love. It was really an amazing time to work on this, and I hope you have fantastic time with this patch.
Yeah, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for watching us, and thank you for playing the game. It's always amazing, and it's really difficult to imagine that it's almost been 5 years that we've been doing it. Like, I mean, we've been doing it even longer, but with you playing,
we'll get to the 5th anniversary.
Yeah, I know.
When the time is right. So yeah, once again, thank you, Paweł, thank you, Adrian, for joining us today. Thank you, everyone on the other side of the screen, for joining us as well, for sending the questions, your comments. If you have any questions left, like Alicia mentioned, let us know on social media, on our forums, Discord, wherever you can find us, and let us know how you enjoyed the patch tomorrow. And on that note, me and Alicia will see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
See you guys. As always,
guys.
It was a pleasure.
Let me just chill a sec. Good morning, V. Thank you for choosing the Delamain service.